Hi guys, this is going to be your video lesson for your phonics today, so I thought you could hear straight from me. Last week you practiced with Mrs. Van Noort and you were practicing words with more than one syllable, multisyllabic words. That's a big word. Just means words that we can hear more than one part. So some of the words you might have practiced last week would be cupcake, cupcake, two. I hear two syllables in the word cupcake. Or the word finish, finish, two in finish as well. When we hear these words, we want to make sure we clap out our syllables, and that will help us to hear two different parts in the word. And when we go to spell it, we can spell one part at a time. That's how we can break down these big words, and they don't seem so hard anymore. So that's what we're going to practice today. So I'm going to talk to you. I've got my easel here from Carson. He likes to draw on his easel, and that's going to help us to practice our words. You can pause the video whenever I say pause and go ahead and write your words, or build them with your magnet board, whatever you have around you. I have this whiteboard that I'm going to use. You might want to use your magnet board instead with your letter tiles. I have other letters that are just on my refrigerator that I could use. Anything you can use. If you don't have a whiteboard, just write them down on a piece of paper. You do not have to save any of the words to show me. I just want you to follow along and practice on your whiteboard today. Okay? We're going to clap the words before we spell them. And then the new thing that we're going to do is we're going to add some suffixes to the end. So you might remember before we've talked about different suffixes. An S suffix, which takes our word and makes it mean more than one. So if I have the word cupcake, cupcake. Now I add an S suffix and I have cupcakes, more than one cupcake. We also are going to use our ing suffix, ing, and our ed suffix. Sometimes that sounds like a t, our ed. So I just want to show you on the whiteboard. We're going to do words with two syllables. We're going to use our suffixes s, ing, ing, and ed. Sometimes this sounds like ed, and sometimes it sounds like t. So we'll have to pay close attention with that one. Okay? But to start, we're just going to spell our words. We're going to listen to those syllables and spell in two different parts. So the first word that we're going to do, I don't know if you know this word, it's called insult. And when somebody insults you, that means, ooh, they say something really mean and it kind of hurts your feelings. It insults you. So when I hear that word insult, I hear two different parts. Insult. Now this is where I want you to pause your video and see if you can spell insult. All right, hopefully you've written your word. Let's check it together. When I hear insult, I hear two different syllables. I hear in first. I'm going to sound it out while I go. In. And I hear salt as my other part. So I'm going to sound that out. I can tap it out too if I want to. So I'm going to tap that one out. Salt. Insult. I-N was my first part. In, S-U-L-T. Salt is my second part. Now here's the really easy part. When I'm adding a suffix, I just add it to the end. We have our base word is insult. I'm going to underline that for my base word. And then this one I'm just going to add an S suffix to. Really easy. Insult is already there. Just add an S. And I turn it into insults. Insults. You can give yourself a check or a star if you got that one right. Let's try a couple more. Remember when I say pause the video, pause it, and you write, and then when you come back and you're done writing, play the video and see if you got it right, okay? This word I know y'all know, finish. First thing I want to do, clap it, see how many syllables. Finish. I hear two different parts. When I hear that word, the first, I was almost going to tell you. Pause your video, see if you can write the word finish. All right, let's check and see if you got it. Finish. I hear fin. F-I-N is my first syllable. Now when I listen to the rest of that word, finish. Ish is the next syllable I need to write. I, and I hear a digraph there. Sh, finish. F-I-N-I-S-H. Finish. That's my base word. I'm going to underline my base word. This time I want you to do one more thing to the word. I want you to take this word finish and to add an ing suffix on the end. So you're going to leave your word finish, and we're just going to add an ing suffix. Pause it, see if you can add the ing. Let's check and see if you did it right. Finish is my base word. I-N-G. And now I have a 3-syllable word. Finishing. Hopefully you got it right. Give yourself a check if you did. Let's try a couple more. I'm sure you guys are rocking at home and getting all these right. Ready? Let's try the word napkin. This one's kind of a little trickier. When I hear the word napkin, I kind of have to say it a little slow. Sometimes we say words fast. Napkin. And it's harder to hear. So let's really slow it down. Napkin. I hear 2 syllables in that word. Napkin. Go ahead and pause your video. See if you can get it right. All right, let's check it. Napkin. N-A-P. There's my first part, my first syllable. Kin. K-I-N. Napkin. There is my base word. I'm going to underline it. If you haven't underlined it, you can add an underline to your base word. And then we're going to add just an S suffix to the end. You can pause and add your S, or I bet you can even just add your S really quickly because we don't need to change anything about the word, just add an S. Napkins. Perfect. If you got it right, give yourself a check. All right, hopefully you are 3 for 3. If you're not getting them right, that's okay. This is practice. We'll keep practicing these a lot. So let's try another one. Ooh, remember before I talked about cupcakes. So my base word here would be cupcake. That's what I want you to write now. Cupcake. I hear 2 syllables. Why don't you stop your video, pause it, and write your word. All right, let's check and see how you did. Cupcake. I hear cup, up is my first syllable. C-U-P. When I hear cake, I hear a long vowel in that word. So I'm going to do C-A-K. And to make my A say its name, I know I'm going to need an E at the end. Cupcake. Hopefully you got it. If you want to change it to cupcakes, we're just going to add our S syllable. So you can pause it, or you can just add your S. Super easy. Oh, but before we do, we need to underline that base word. Cupcake. I know my writing's a little crooked. It's a little hard to do backwards like this. So, cupcakes. Give yourself a check if you got it. Got it right? Moving on. Let's try 1 or 2 more. You guys are doing awesome. All right. Ooh, tricky. Remember we talked about this one at the beginning. E-D is sometimes our suffix. I'm going to put it up here so I remember that's what we're working with now. Okay, I want you to try the word first. No suffix. Invent. If you're going to invent something. Ready? Invent. 2. Why don't you pause the video and write the word invent. Let's check and see if you got it. In is the first syllable I hear. I-N. Now I hear v-ent. Invent. V-E-N-T. There's my base word. Invent. Now I want to change this to invented. Here's where this guy's going to come in. E-D. Invented. Excellent. All right. Check if you got it. Got that one right. We're going to leave the ED up here and do one more. Hopefully you guys can see me. Getting a little dark in my house. But here we go. One more. Ready? Expected. Ooh, that's a big one, a challenge for you. I think you can do it. Ready? Expected. I hear 3 in that one with our ed ending. Let's pause the video and see if you can write it. All right, let's check this one. X is the first part of this word I hear. E, X. Next I hear pecked. P-E-K-T. There's 4 sounds in there. I want to make sure I get them all. P-E-K-T. Now I'm going to add the ed right on the end. I know I don't need to do anything else with my word except for maybe underline my base word and then give myself an E-D on the end. Expected. Woo! That's a big one. If you got that one, pat on the back, round of applause for you. That was a really hard word. Make sure you give yourself a big old check too. We're gonna erase them all now. Excellent job. We're gonna keep working with our S suffixes more tomorrow, but today that's all I wanted you to do. Practice along with me. Okay, I'm gonna write a couple more words up on the board. All I want you to do is to write them on your whiteboard and add a suffix to them. You can add a s, an ing, an ed. Let's see if you can get some of these words yourself. Just practice adding those suffixes. Okay, I'm going to turn my board here while I write my words. I hope you guys know that I really, really miss you a lot. And I wish that I could be teaching you this in person, but videos will have to do for now, okay? Let's do... You know what? While I'm writing my words, I'm thinking, I just want you to add an S suffix. Just an S suffix to these words. Maybe take a picture, put it on your seesaw when you're done. Okay? Got 3 words for you just to add. 3 more practice words. Woo! Can you see? Bathtub, insist, backpack. I'm going to leave it here. Or you can pause, add them on your whiteboard, throw an S suffix on the end, post it to your seesaw. Good job, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.